Okay, there we go. I had one of the settings off, so I wanted to make sure I had it correct on there. So it goes through. Okay. And so if you've been on any of our previous webinars, we go through the digital dominance method, and it really lays the foundation for you dominating your local market in the tree service space to get all the calls you possibly can. So it starts with your main website and SEO, making sure that all the little things that Google's looking for is done properly with your Google Maps and your organic rankings. And then number two is the PPC. And really, it's not really number two. It's just that one of them has to be number one of them has to be number two, and you got to have a website that converts. But PPC is right there with it. I mean, if you want a lot of calls coming in and you want them, within 20, 30 miles of your main location, that's what you got to set up, because PPC is a good way to blanket your entire area with ads where people are doing those searches for tree service near me or tree removal, tree trimming, tree care, whatever that is that you want more of, land clearing. You can show up right there at the very top of the page, get those clicks, and ultimately go give those estimates for people that are looking for you. And the rest of it kind of builds on number one and number two. Like we can do retargeting to everybody that's landed on your website or landing page for the ads, and just really show up everywhere. Every time they're scrolling on the internet of different Google partner sites, they're going to see a banner ad of your business, click on it, and then call you from there. So that generates a lot of cheap leads down the road. Once you build up a big audience from your SEO and your PPC, it's very powerful. It's basically online billboards people are going to see all the time. Then you get paid online directories, repeat referral business with email marketing we can set up. Pay per lead, you can do Home Advisor, Thumbtack, different things like that. It's kind of tough though because 5 other people are calling them at the same time. You got your social media advertising, which kind of goes in with your retargeting. So you could show up and retarget people that have visited your website on Facebook, Instagram, different avenues like that. And then a referral program for your current clients. Hey, if you refer us a customer, we'll pay you 200 bucks cash. If you refer us a customer, we're going to get you tickets to the next football game, stuff like that. But if you want to know how to get more calls coming in your local market, we do this on every webinar, but it's really crucial because we're only going to be here for 20 or 30 minutes. But turn off your cell phones and turn off Facebook, and this will really show you how to get more tree service calls coming in if you want to do this yourself, right? It's going to help you kind of know what you're looking at when you're inside your Google Ads campaign to be able to set it up the proper way so that you get the most leads for the same budget. So what we're going to cover today is why PPC is the key to unlimited scalability in terms of lead flow for your tree service business. Live examples of PPC campaigns and actual ad copy that generates 5 to 15 times return on investment for other tree service companies. How to set up and structure your pay-per-click marketing campaign for minimum cost per lead and maximum return on investment. That's really the goal. Minimum cost per lead, maximum ROI. And we're going to go over your key performance indicators, what to look for in your PPC campaign, tracking metrics, landing pages, campaign structure, to make sure you set it all up properly. And why the internet? Well, I mean, there's been a massive transition from offline to online in the past decade or two. Statistics tell us that more than 77% of consumers go online when looking for tree service, right? They used to maybe go in the yellow pages. Not anymore. They throw those in the recycling bin, and most people are on their phones and they just type in tree service near me or tree removal near me. So you got to show up on the internet if you want to really increase calls. There are over 10 million searches every month for tree service and tree removal across the world. That's the volume across the world. So in your little market, in your major city, there's going to be thousands of those searches that are right there nearby you. You want to scoop up those calls. And if you want your share, this is what you got to do. And who am I and why should you listen to me? Well, I've been in the internet marketing space for close to 10 years in various businesses and my own agency, and specialize in tree service contractor marketing. So now we really focus on tree service contractor marketing. I love it because we're able to get a good return on investment for our clients because there's plenty of search volume to pay our small fee to generate a good return for our clients. We're expert web development and digital marketing teams, so we can do the full scope, build you a really nice website that ranks in your local market and set up AdWords to get more calls coming in. And we've worked with dozens of tree service contractors across the US and know what works to generate a flood of new business. And it's going to help you increase your sales, enhance your online reputation, drive more calls, leads, and profits. and get increased repeat and referral business because those are free leads, right? If you have a customer base and a database, if you're emailing them out offers for referrals, they're going to give them to you. They're going to take those little, they're going to take the bait. They're going to go ahead and say, look, if you're getting me free football tickets, I'm going to refer you over to my friend down the street that needs tree work. So a lot of people ask in their tree service business along the way, once you get going and maybe you have those dips, you know, in your lead flow, maybe you're busy for a week or two or a month. Heck, you maybe you covered up for 2 months, and then all of a sudden it gets kind of slow. So then you start asking yourself, should PPC be part of my overall internet marketing strategy? You know, and maybe you've tried it before, doing it yourself, and there's so much to it that it just overwhelms you. You got some clicks, maybe a lead or two, but it was mostly wrong number calls, or just, you know, Google just kept charging and charging and charging, but you weren't getting anything in return. So again, going back to our digital dominance method, and to get the maximum flow of calls, leads, and profitability for your tree service business, this digital dominance method will do that for you. So your main website, SEO, and then number 2 is PPC. But realistically, it's right there at number 1 as well. I mean, if I could, I'd put it at 1.5 because it's just as important, right? I mean, you need those calls coming in and those clicks, because tree work a lot of times is maybe not emergency, but it's just something they think about real quick. They do a search, they call, they get a few quotes, and they move forward with one of the tree companies. So it's not really like a branding play a lot of times. A lot of times it's just an emergency type thing, or, hey, let me look somebody up and give them a quick call. I want it done this week. So you got to be right there when they do the search. So why PPC should be part of your internet marketing strategy? Well, you can start showing up quickly. The benefit is you can show up next week. Whereas with SEO, it may take a few months for you to start getting a return on investment. Now, once you start showing up, it's awesome. You start getting those calls. But with PPC, you can be showing up next week and getting jobs out of it next week. You can show up as often as possible where your customers are looking. You could show up for non-geo-modified terms, like instead of tree service Atlanta or tree service Los Angeles, somebody may just type in tree service on their phone. And so you can target that keyword specifically and show up for tree trimming, tree pruning, tree removal, etc. There's a lot of keywords for the tree service business. I mean, there's tree cutting, land clearing, bobcat work, you know, lot clearing. There's a lot of different ones that a lot of tree contractors want to go after. And the cool thing about AdWords is you can specifically target the exact search phrases that you want to go after. Whereas with SEO, you're going to get a little bit of everything. And there's unlimited scalability with PPC, right? The search volume is there. So we can run these ads 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, if you need that call volume. It's unlimited, really. Here's why most PPC campaigns fail with tree service contractors. This is really across the board with anybody. The reason that they fail most of the time is you fail to understand the AdWords auction process and the complexity of the tree service keywords. There's a lot of negative keywords in the tree service niche on Google AdWords. A negative keyword is a keyword that somebody types in that you don't want to show up for. For example, if somebody types in tree service jobs, you don't want your ad to get clicked and pay $5 to $10 for that click, because they're not looking to hire a tree service company. They're looking for a job in the tree service business. So that's not going to be one you want to go after, but a lot of times people aren't avoiding those negative keywords, so they're getting a lot of wasteful clicks in their campaign. Another reason is because they set up only one ad group for all the services, right? You have one ad that says tree service company, XYZ tree service, and somebody may type in land clearing or tree removal or tree trimming, and your tree removal ad pops up. You only have one ad, and whatever somebody types in, that one ad is the only one that always shows. Well, that's not going to be relevant to every single search. So what you want is you want an ad with ad copy that mirrors the exact search that they just did. And I'll show you that here in just a minute. It's very powerful. And they don't use specific text ads and landing pages for groups of keywords. So you don't want to run people that are looking for land clearing over to your tree removal page, right? I mean, that's not what they search for. They search for land clearing. So there needs to be some verbiage on the page about land clearing when they do click. And there's no strong calls to action or offer on the landing page. So a lot of times what you want to do is you want to dangle that carrot, you know, and if they click here for $100 off your tree removal job, you know, click here for, 10% off first customer visit. There's all kinds of offers that you can run and offer on Google AdWords, and then subsequently on the landing page so that they feel like, wow, I'm getting a deal here. Let me click on this guy's ad or this company's ad. And why most PPC campaigns fail as well is that most people mistakenly run all of these ads to their main website. And that may just have made a light bulb go off in your head thinking, huh, so what do you mean? Like I can't run these ads and clicks to my main website? Well, you can, but what happens is your main website, a lot of times, most of the time we see is not built to convert the most amount of visitors to a lead, right? So you need all of these things on your main website. You need like a click to call button. You need to get a free estimate form. It all needs to be like right at the top of the page. So as soon as the person clicks, I mean, after all, you're paying for these clicks on PPC. So if somebody clicks and they just paid 10 bucks, you just paid 10 bucks for that click, you want to make sure that you're doing everything possible for that visitor to call you or put their information in for a free estimate. You don't want them to squander off the page and go to the next guy's page. You want it to be a highly converting page. So a landing page that's just one page is specifically designed to capture the most amount of leads for the least amount of budget, right? The most amount of leads with the least amount of visitors. So a main website, it may take 10 or 12 visitors to generate one lead. If you have a really good one-page landing page, you can usually generate a lead every 3 visitors or 4 visitors. So you can see you get double or triple the amount of leads for the same budget with a one-page landing page that converts. So that's a mistake, is running the ads to your main website. It just, statistics prove in any niche, it just doesn't work as good as a good solid landing page. And a landing page looks like this. One that really generates high quality leads and a lot of leads is a dedicated landing page. You're gonna have the logo of the company, kind of a sales point here, like a top rated tree company, maybe some testimonials on the landing page. And we have those below the fold here. But you want to request a free estimate form right at the top. And then a call now button too, so that people, when they're looking for a tree service quote and they click on this ad and they land here on this page, it's so easy for them just to click with their thumb to generate a call right to your office. And they can do that with this button and this app that we install on the landing pages. And a lot of people do. People that know a lot about Google AdWords and PPC, they do this because they know you can't afford not to. You know, you can't lose these clicks. You can't lose these people that visit your site. You've only got their attention for like 5 seconds. And if they see what they want, ooh, I'm here, I can put my information in and get a free estimate. Oh, wow, I'm going to do that. Or, oh, I can just tap this button and call. I'm going to do that. So you want to give them that opportunity as soon as they land on the page, and you're going to be surprised at how many more leads you're going to get with this. And we also set up your main website like this too, because when the SEO is dialed in and you're getting a lot of quality leads from your search engine optimization, you want all these conversion metrics and tactics on your homepage as well. So dedicated landing page is crucial for the PPC campaign. So here's a quick case study. Let me open up the chat box. If you have any questions on the chat, stop me anytime and just pop in a chat if you want. I'll open up the chat box here. I'll type in right here, chat here. So no question is too elementary or any of that stuff. Hey, we all start somewhere. You know, we used to not do PPC a lot. Now we do it all the time and often. We're experts at it. So if you have any questions, pop them in here. In our next little break session, I'll just answer it as best I can for you. Hopefully you see that chat box that just popped up there. But here's a quick case study. So for this particular campaign, we had 47 leads, and this is in a month. And it depends on your budget. If you want more than 47 leads, that's possible. You just got to increase the budget. The conversion rate was about a third. So a third of every lead that came through ended up being a paying job. So that's just a testament of being responsive on the phone, taking the calls, booking the appointments, going and giving estimates. So 47 leads at 33% conversion rate with 16 booked jobs. Average ticket was $750. And you know, some of them are going to be $200 tree trimming jobs. Other ones are going to be, you know, this huge limb removal that's probably $750 or $1,000. Some of them may be a tree removal at $2,000 or $3,000. Some people may want to do land clearing. Some people have 3 trees to be removed. It's $4,000, $5,000, whatever that is. It just ends up averaging out to about $750 per job. And 16 jobs times $750 is $12,000 in revenue off of this pay-per-click campaign. So the ROI is about 6x. So you spend $2,000, 2070, so spend $2,070 and generate $12,000 in sales. That's a good ROI. And we see this all the time. It could be anywhere from, 6 to 10x ROI, or even more sometimes, because sometimes you never know when you're going to get that huge job off of these ads. I mean, people need the work done. They're going to call somebody. So if your ads are up there, they're going to call you, and you're going to be given that quote. You're going to be bidding and in there, in that estimate. So here's how to set up and structure your pay-per-click marketing campaign for minimum cost per lead and maximum return on investment. And let me make sure we've got this thing still up. Okay, so here's how to structure your PPC campaign. So right here, hopefully you can see this. Conversion tracking is a must. So in Google, when you set up your campaign, there's going to be these different conversion codes that you can put on your website, and it's going to track the calls that come from your website. It's going to track the free estimate form fill outs, like when somebody puts their name, email, phone number, and what they're looking for. It's going to track that, and it's going to be a conversion. That's what's called a conversion or a lead. It's the same thing as a lead, but it's called a conversion. A visitor landed on your page and converted to a lead. So that's a conversion. You have to track that stuff, because that's the only way you're going to know what's working the best and what to kind of ratchet up a little bit versus, maybe turn down a little bit. It's not working and your cost per lead's too high, you're going to stop bidding on certain keywords. Your campaign must be broken into smaller ad groups targeting the various services that you provide so that your text ads match what the person types. So if somebody types in tree trimming service, you want an ad that says, #1 tree trimming service, XYZ tree service. You want to match what they type in. And so by having different separated ad groups, you can accomplish that. So you're going to get more clicks when you do that. Make sure you have a strong understanding of the keywords and match types, and don't forget about negative keywords like we talked about before. Somebody types in tree service crane rental. You don't want your ad to pop up because they're looking for a crane rental, not a tree service contract. You need to write compelling text ads that resonate with what the customer typed and entice them to click on you versus the competition. And we're showing you some of the call extensions and different extensions you can put on your ad. It kind of gives them that reason to click yours over the next guys. Little tweaks and tips that get more clicks than the competition. Leverage ad extensions to make your ad stand out on the page. Make it bigger. You want your ad to take up as much space on that page as possible. Some people's ads are really tiny. It's like one line of text and then a second line of text, and that's it. You want yours to have like 5 lines of text. It's going to show up a lot thicker on the page, and you're going to have a higher tendency to get a click than the competition. You have to land visitors on a solid, well thought out page on your site that's built to convert, like we showed you on that landing page before. And you want to do split testing. You want to make sure that you set up 2 to 3 different ads for each ad group and see which ones are converting. Sometimes these ads are a dud and you want to pause that ad so you're not continually getting clicks and it's not converting. So we want to test all that stuff and tweak it. And don't even think about spending another penny till you have conversion tracking in place. That's the lead conversion tracking that we were just talking about. Those codes that you put on your site. If you're not doing that, you're not going to have any idea what is working, right? How are you going to know if the lead came from somebody finding your Google Maps listing or your main website versus if somebody found your PPC campaign and clicked on your ad and then called you? Furthermore, you want to know what they typed in to trigger your ad to give you a call, because that's going to help you kind of determine which stuff to ratchet up and which stuff to turn down because it's not working. Conversion tracking essentials. You want dynamic number swapping with different phone numbers for PPC traffic versus organic or direct traffic. So we always do that. Like when we set up a Google AdWords campaign, we're going to have a specific unique phone number for that campaign, because you don't want to get in like convoluted with your main website phone number and then you're not real sure where the calls and clicks are coming from. That's just a recipe for, let's just turn everything off. I don't know what I'm doing. And then your leads kind of suffer after that point. You just kind of chalk it up as it doesn't work. You need to know where stuff's coming from so that you can kind of be intelligent as to what your next move is. You want a keyword pool with dynamic number swapping so that you can track phone calls back to the keyword and campaign. And that kind of goes back to that former bullet. You want to know what keywords are triggering the leads. Like what are they typing in and what are they searching for whenever we're getting those calls, right? Web form tracking. So when somebody fills out the free estimate contact form, you want to make sure you're tracking those conversions too. Conversion tracking built into your AdWords campaign to determine which ad group generated the lead. So that's very, very, very important. So here's the most important key performance indicators of your AdWords campaign. And it's always going to depend on the market. You know, there's some markets that are super, super competitive, large cities, sometimes just regular size, medium cities are very competitive too. It's always local. But this is the averages of what we see. So you want to see what the total spend per month is. Like, how much did I spend in the last 30 days? You can even break it up into like per week if you want, but look at what you spent in the last 30 days. And then what's my average cost per click? You know, usually that's going to be anywhere from $6 or so up to about $12 is going to be the average cost per click. And, you know, the tree trimming and little ones like that are going to be in the lower side. And then the tree removal clicks are going to typically be the most expensive because those are the bigger jobs that people want to bid on more. So people are willing to pay a little bit more per click on those. You want to see what your average cost per lead is. And so if you know your total spend and you know how many leads you got, you can determine what your cost per lead is, right? Calls and the web forms, free estimates that people fill out. And so tree trimming, we see anywhere from 30 to 45 bucks per lead. Tree removal, we see anywhere from 55 to 70. We've seen them up to probably 80 or 90 bucks per lead for tree removal. And so that's going to help you determine your return on investment. And it's best to have detailed reporting. So we set all of ours up with a nice reporting tool that we've generated. And basically it goes over all the key metrics that you're going to want to see as far as like your average positioning of your ads day by day, as far as like where your ads are typically landing on the page. And you always want to be in that top part of the page, because if your ad's always at the bottom of the first page, you're not going to get a whole lot of clicks. And then your quality score is going to really suffer, and that's going to make you pay more per click subsequently. So you want to make sure that your ads are always at the top of the page, at that top 3 spots. Usually you want to be number 2 or number 3. The number 1 spot typically pays too much per click, but the number 2 and number 3 is usually a little bit less, 20% less per click. And you're going to get good lead flow by being in that top 2 or 3 spots. But you're going to see your average cost per click. It's going to be broken down by how many conversions you got. It's going to basically tell you what devices are converting the best. So what we see in the tree service space a lot of times, now it depends on the demographics. In some areas where there's a lot of retirees or older people, we're seeing that desktop computers convert better, right? But in most areas of the country, when the population's, you know, in the mid-range, you know, younger to mid-range people, mobile devices are going to really convert a lot better. So we tend to put more budget to the mobile devices because they convert better, because people are searching from their phones a lot more often than the desktop. It just depends. It depends on the demographics. So what we do is we test, and we basically just run it on both for a long time and test and see what's converting the best. And then we do like 20-30% adjustments on what's working versus what's not working. You can do that down to a granular level, like with you can do it age range, income range, times of day. We break out the campaign into 3-hour blocks all day, so we can tell if the mornings are better than the afternoons, and then we adjust accordingly. There's a lot to these campaigns. But anyway, I guess the point is that we send you a report, and it's going to show you all these key metrics. Here's how to structure your PPC campaign. So your campaign must be broken down to smaller ad groups, targeting the various services that you provide so that your text ads match what the person typed in. So for example, this is the tree trimming ad group. So you're going to be targeting the tree trimming searches here. So when somebody types in tree trimming near me, tree trimming Atlanta, tree trimming Miami, wherever you're located, you want a headline ad to pop up that's got the word tree trimming in it, right? Because that's exactly what they just searched. So you want an ad that mirrors exactly what they just searched. So if they type in tree trimming Atlanta, you want an ad that says tree trimming Atlanta. Or here, I just put for simplicity, tree trimming company. So somebody types in tree trimming, you want the headline to be tree trimming company, call now for a free estimate. For example, call now for a quote, call today for a free estimate, XYZ tree service after the headline. But the headline needs to have the keyword in it. Let's move on to tree removal. Somebody types in tree removal, you want the ad headline to be tree removal service or tree removal Atlanta, your city. And then call now for a free estimate. You know, and I'm going to show you some of the other things that need to pop out on that ad as well. But here's another one, tree cutting. That's the ad headline would be tree cutting service. You know, call now for a free estimate. You could even put like #1 tree cutting service, #1 tree removal service. You know, if you really want to make it look like you guys are the best company. And we use a lot of those tactics as well. I'm going to show you some ad copy right here. So you can get even more specific and granular for city searches. So when somebody types in tree service your city, you can have an ad that says #1 tree service my city, you know, like this right here. So somebody right here, for example, types in tree service DeLand, Florida. We get an ad that says #1 rated tree service DeLand. Call now for a free quote. Call for a free quote today. And on the ad, it's going to have their website and then / tree service and then DeLand. So you're further driving home that you're local because the person just typed in tree service DeLand. You've got the URL extension DeLand. And then look right here. And in the other description area, you've got affordable local tree service company in DeLand. Don't wait to take dangerous trees down. And then, you know, you've got the location extension to make it a little bit bigger. But the point I wanted to make here is the headline. You can put the actual city in the headline, make it even more specific. That helps it convert even better because then the searcher's thinking, wow, okay, that's the tree service in DeLand. Let me go ahead and click on that one. Instead of somebody that has that one ad that just says tree service company, you know what I mean? This is going to look a lot more relevant to them. Keyword types matter. So you're going to want to set them up from the beginning with a couple of different types of keywords. So there's broad modified match, which helps you kind of scoop in a lot of the different types of searches. There's going to be phrase match, which if they type in tree service Atlanta, you're still going to trigger your ad because you've got it as a phrase. And then exact match, they have to type in exactly what you designate to trigger your ad. And all of these have their spot in your campaign. So we start off with a lot of these modified broad matches to see all the search behavior in the market. And then we take all of those specific searches and we put them in exact match ad groups so that we get lower cost per leads. Because if you're targeting exact match, if you know there's, for example, you know, 75 searches per month, tree service Atlanta, exact match, we're going to just create a new ad group that's tree service Atlanta. And then, you know, a headline, #1 tree service Atlanta, you know, call XYZ tree service or get a free estimate today. We're going to make sure that we have an exact match ad for that search because there's so many of them per month, if that makes sense. So anything in this modified broad match that it comes in often enough, we're going to just go ahead and toss it in the exact match category so that we get lower cost per leads. And you should too. It really, really helps your campaign generate cheaper leads as you go. And really, really watch out for negative keywords. That's the main thing in the tree service niche online. And when we first started doing them for tree service contractors years ago, we got hammered too. And so these are things that you learn along the way. We're really smart with it, but now we start our campaigns off with this huge list of hundreds of negative keywords because we already know what people are going to type in that's going to waste our money. So we just already start off with a ton of these negative keywords. So negative keywords are keywords like jobs, careers, rentals, association. So if somebody types in tree service association, you don't want your ad to show up. They're not looking to hire a tree service contractor. They're not looking for an estimate. So you don't want your ad to trigger, right? So association needs to be a negative keyword in your campaign negative keyword list, as does Dollar Tree. There's a lot of searches for that. Christmas trees, a lot of searches for that in the fall and winter. So a lot of these things are going to generate really wasteful clicks in your campaign if you're not monitoring them. And that's really the #1 reason we see people say that their ads don't work. We'll go in there and do an audit of their AdWords account, and we'll see that they don't have any of these negative keywords in there. So basically, you just chalk it up as it doesn't work because there's a lot of people that do type in tree service jobs in Atlanta, you know, tree service jobs in Los Angeles, whatever. And your ad's going to keep showing if you don't have jobs as a negative keyword, and you're going to keep getting clicked, and they're going to find your ad, they're going to find your landing page, and they're going to go, oh, this is a tree service company. No, I don't need a tree service right now. So they bounce off and you just got charged 10, 12 bucks. You know, that's pretty frustrating. And then the other one we see that's really, really aggressive is local competitor searches. So what we do is we go ahead and audit the local area when we set up an AdWords campaign, and all the local competitors, their names or their business, we pop in the negative keyword list, like Jason's Tree Service, Johnny's Tree Service, Alexander's Tree Service, Jimmy John's Tree Service, you know, Tree Gorilla's Tree Service, you know, all these different tree companies in your local market, people are searching those business names a lot because they maybe have heard of somebody or get referred to somebody. Like, oh, let me go look up Jason's Tree Service. So you look up Jason's Tree Service, and if you don't have Jason or Jason's Tree Service is a negative keyword or a negative key phrase, it's going to trigger your ad. And they're going to click on your ad and call you and say, oh, is this Jason's Tree Service? No, this is Alex's Tree Service. Okay, well, sorry, I got the wrong number. And that's going to be very frustrating. So you've got to have this stuff under control and a good grasp of what negative keywords needs to be in there, or you're going to waste hundreds and hundreds of dollars a month on all of these wasteful clicks. I mean, that alone is worth our small fee to manage an AdWords campaign. I mean, if you really look at that, it's so wasteful. We found out the hard way. We know how to deal with that nowadays. And you need to write compelling text ads that resonate with what the customer typed and entice them to click on you versus the competition. Less is more. You don't want too many complex things on your ad copy. Tell them exactly what you want them to do. Click here for a free estimate, right? Call now for a free estimate. That's pretty straightforward. If you have a special offer for the service that they searched and reference it in the ad. It's all the better, because if you've got, $100 off your first service, like coupon, and then they click on your ad, and then you've got on your landing page, $100 off first service, it's going to kind of resonate with what they saw on your ad and your landing page. They're more likely to convert, is what we found. And give them one decision on your landing page, just one, maybe two. Call for a free estimate or fill out this form for a free estimate. Just keep reiterating that over and over, and you're going to get way more leads on your landing page. And push for it. Don't offer them too many options to stray from your website. And that's another reason why we just do a one-page landing page, and most people that are good at AdWords do a one-page landing page, is because on your main website, you've got like 10 pages across the top of your site, right? Home, about, services, contact, blog, testimonials. So all that stuff is kind of a rabbit hole, so to speak. And people click on it and they start reading, and they're like, whoa, they get all enamored with this and that, and then they forget, and then they bounce off, right? So a one-page landing page, just ask them to call or get a free estimate and fill out this form. And that's all you want to target when they land on your paid campaign. I mean, after all, you just paid $10 for that click. You want to get the most amount of leads you can for those visitors. So what we found, the best performing text ads, hopefully you can see these pretty well, but these are just kind of like, calls to action. Somebody typed in tree service, right? So we've got an ad that says #1 rated tree service. And we don't put #1 rated tree service unless you have Google reviews that say that you're 5-star rated. We want to make sure you've got good testimonials before we're going to run these ads. But if you don't, there's other things we can put up there. But #1 rated tree service, and then call for a free quote today, local tree professionals, right? And the URL extension needs to have tree service on it too, because that's what they typed in. And then another one is tree trimming service. So somebody types in tree trimming near me or tree trimming. You want the ad to say tree trimming in the headline. And so hopefully you can see that right there where it says tree trimming. And then here's a one for tree removal DeLand. So let's say in DeLand, Florida, somebody types in tree removal DeLand and they hit search. And then this ad pops up, #1 tree removal DeLand. Get a free estimate today. That's pretty compelling. I mean, hey, I just typed in tree removal DeLand and I see an ad that says tree removal DeLand. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Boom, I'm gonna click on it and I'm gonna call. So it says, then the URL extension, you can put this in there. It's tree removal, which is the keyword, and then DeLand, right? So we've got all that in there. Then you got affordable tree service, licensed and insured, contact us for your free estimate, call now. And then here's some these are call out extensions, which kind of have further sales points of your ad. Here's another one here where tree service was the keyword, put #1 local tree service serving all of Seminole County. And then some more text here. I'm going to show you on the next slide the extensions. So make your text ad jump off the page with ad extensions. So in your Google ad creation, you've got another area where you can create extensions. And really, it's exactly like it sounds. It just extends the size of your ad, and it puts more content on your ad. And you can put it on there that kind of compels them to click on it. So right here, this one says top rated tree trimming service. But you can see here, this is the URL extension. So it's got tree trimming and then the area. And then you've got top rated local tree service specializing in tree trimming, removal, and cleanup. Call us. And then you see right here, this is an address. This is what's called a location extension. So if you have a Google My Business listing, a map listing that is, got some good reviews on it, I would say if you don't have any reviews on it, or if you've got bad reviews on it, I wouldn't put the location extension on here, because sometimes they're going to click that and they're going to go over to your Google My Business page. And if you got bad reviews, that's going to maybe probably detour them from calling you. So if you have good reviews, though, it's an asset, and you could put your location extension on there. And if they click it, they're going to see, your Google My Business listing and call you more often. And then you see right here, these are called call out extensions. So you can see their sales points of your business. Licensed and insured, special offers now available. Call us today for a free quote. That's an ad. That's a call out extension. But you see how much this pops out versus this one here? Look at this one. This one's only got 3 lines of text. They don't have a URL extension, so they don't have like tree service and then Florida, the area in Florida. And they just have attention to detail. We look forward to serving you. It's just kind of plain, and it's really small, right? This one's a lot more lines of text than that one. So there's also a call extension. So this right here converts very, very well in AdWords campaigns. See how this got this tracking phone number? So this is where you pop in your tracking phone number. It's called a call extension. So sometimes people on their smartphone, if they're on a mobile, they'll just click this button right here that says, that's got your phone number on it, and it's just going to generate a call automatically. They don't even click on the ad. They don't even go and click on the headline and then go to the landing page. They're just going to click here, and you're going to be live on the phone with them within 2 seconds. That's powerful. So you want to make sure you set up that call extension every single time. And then call out extensions is kind of what we showed on the previous slide there, where you've got more sales points to put. They're called call out extensions. So licensed and insured, on time and reliable, free estimates, emergency tree service, right? So just little things that like help people make the decision to click on your ad versus the other ones that are really plain. So all these things added together just really increase the amount of clicks and the amount of calls. So the next thing is, and this is not less important than what we just went over, but once they do click on the ad, click on that headline, they've got to land on a page that is designed to get them to call or fill out this free estimate form. And you got to have these mechanisms on there that's going to get them to call, right? This one just, it's converting landing page. See right here, it says call for a free estimate. Like they're just begging you, just go ahead and call. Just please give us a call. We're going to give you an estimate. It's going to be so easy. Just give us a call. You know what I mean? And it's right there at the top of the page. And then you've got the actual get a free estimate form as well. So some people are in a position where, maybe they can't talk at the moment, or maybe they're not in front of their cell phone, or maybe they're not, able to call. So they'll just fill out this form. And what's going to happen is you're going to get this lead on your email right after they fill it out. So then your office can just directly call this lead as soon as it comes in. And so you've got different sales points of the business right here. You got another click to call button. Why choose us? Why we're the right ones for the job. 20 years experience, certified and insured. We have the right tools, detailed quotes, 100% satisfaction guarantee. And there's a lot more stuff on this page. And then you also have your social proof. So if you're like a home advisor, really highly rated home advisor contractor, or any of this other stuff, you want that as social proof as well on the landing page. And you're going to get more leads, right? You're going to get way more leads. So here's a quick case study recap of that one we went over. So 47 leads at a 33% conversion rate. That's 47 leads, 33%. That's 16 booked jobs that they converted out of 47 leads. And the average ticket was $750. So that's good. I mean, you do that kind of volume, you're going to make money on the ads, right? You just got to be responsive, and you got to answer the calls, and you got to be able to go give those estimates and go shake hands with customers. So the projected ROI is 6x. That's $12,000 in sales on $2,000 spent, roughly 2070, which is about a 6 times ROI. So if you're already running PPC, maybe you just have a general PPC agency doing it for you, not a tree service specific agency. Ask them a couple of questions. How much of my budget will go to the AdWords, the Google budget spent versus the management fees? You kind of want to know, like, maybe you're just paying them one lump sum per month, and they're saying, hey, we're going to get, we're going to run these ads for you, and then, we'll take care of the rest. But you don't really know how much they're keeping or whatever. Ask them how much of it is the management fee. What type of tracking will you be putting in place? Do you do AdWords call and web form conversion tracking? Ask them about that. If you don't have web and call conversion tracking that pulls into AdWords, you'll be at a major disadvantage versus the competition. Will you delineate PPC calls versus organic calls? Like, are they going to be tracking, the actual AdWords calls versus what's coming in off your main website? You need to know the difference there. And how are they going to track the key performance indicators? Will I be provided with a dashboard where I can look at that? Key metrics, average cost per lead. Will you be setting up specific landing pages for the ads, or will all the traffic just be directed to my homepage? Because we just showed you, you don't want all the ads going to your homepage of your main website. It's not going to convert nearly as good as a really good designed landing page. If you're driving traffic to landing pages, how will those pages be optimized for conversion? Ask them, do you split test the ads? Will you be leveraging all of the ad extensions that we showed you before to make my ads stand out in the search results over the competitions? And what are our targets in terms of cost per lead and return on investment? So what makes our campaigns better is we split the campaigns into strategic ad groups based on our experience in the tree service business to help target your most profitable services, like tree removal, land clearing, tree pruning, tree trimming, all those different keywords that you want to target. Most of the time we leave off stump removal and stump grinding unless you specifically tell us you want to, because it's, the cost per lead is almost the same as the tree service ones, but the job tickets are usually less than what a tree service or tree removal job would be. So you might as well not pay for those clicks unless we need more volume in the market. We set up conversion optimized landing pages. We set up true conversion optimization so that your conversions, your leads, are tracked and associated with the campaign and the keywords in AdWords. So that way we can adjust the bid and spend strategy based on the campaigns and keywords that drive the best conversions and leads. There's a huge difference between this and just simple call tracking, right? We want to know what's generating the leads, and then we're going to go pour more gas on that and then turn down the ones that aren't doing very well. It just makes sense. You want more leads for less budget. You will know exactly how many calls came from PPC versus your organic website and recording of all those calls. You're going to have a recording of every single call. And you'll know which keywords within your AdWords campaign drove the calls and at what cost. This makes it possible for us to optimize based on the keywords that result in calls and stop wasting money on terms that don't generate a result, right? We just turn those off. If after month 2, month 3, a specific keyword's not generating any leads, but we spent, say, $400, we're going to just cut it off. There's no reason to keep targeting that keyword. It's not generating any results. So for each ad group, we set up multiple text ads, and we rotate them based on the best converting ads each month. So our click-through rates, quality scores improve, and that's going to generate lower cost per lead over time. So we provide you with all that stuff, the dashboard, so you can track the most important metrics, and we'll report, revenue generated versus the true ROI. And it's complete transparency in terms of spend and how much our management fee is. So here's where a couple of our clients say, you may have seen these before. Wes and Tree Service Digital are total professionals and gave us critical advice on SEO and increasing our web presence. His non-sales approach with his level of expertise are real assets to our business and are truly appreciated. We thank you for that, Charles. And then Tyler says, Wes and his team are top-notch and professional. They provide outstanding website building and SEO services. My company is steadily growing thanks to the constant hard work these guys do. The SEO services took about 60 to 90 days to start kicking in. However, when they did, it truly made a difference, and we appreciate those. So if you want me to just dig in and take a look at your current PPC campaign, it's a pretty easy way to do that. You can just add me as an admin or a manager on your account. I am happy to do an analysis of what you're currently doing and kind of generate a plan that's going to help you eliminate the waste and start getting more leads for your same budget. So you can give us a call right after this webinar if you want at 770-637-3707. That's 770-637-3707. Or you can just book a call for early next week at treeservicedigital.com/schedule. And that's a page that's got our calendar on it. And it's really simple. You can just book a call that works for you if that's more convenient for you. So it's treeservicedigital.com/schedule. And hey, do you have any questions? If so, let me open up this this chat box again. Let's see if you had any questions, you can ask it right here. Maybe about your current campaign, or maybe your landing page. If you want us to take a look at it, more than happy to do that. But I think we had 14, 15 registered guests for the webinar. So if anybody has any questions, just pop it in here. I'm happy to answer it the best I can. Otherwise, everybody have a nice weekend. And if you need more tree work, this PPC technique is really, really the way to do it. And especially if you're not showing up right now with your SEO and your website, pay-per-click marketing is powerful, because you can really set it up to start coming in next week and start getting calls coming in and estimates given right away. So it really, really works well. So again, this is that digital dominance method that we kind of go over each and every month on these topical webinars, because it's just very important to show you that all of these things kind of add up to a ton of leads in your local market, ton of estimates you can go give. So it's the SEO with your website, and then second, but really not second, is the PPC. That's going to generate a lot of leads for you. And we see this all the time. People start getting calls and leads, and they're just blown away with how many more estimates they can go give, because they've been sitting around wondering and thinking about this, and this is really the answer, is the PPC. But yeah, we can do a free online marketing plan review anytime you want. We'll do an analysis of your online visibility currently. So if you have a website already, Google My Business listing, we're going to look at your primary market and kind of see where you rank, what local directories you're not listed in, where the gaps are, and how to bridge that gap. We'll develop a custom keyword list of the most important search terms in your local market for tree service, tree removal, all those different keywords that you want to target to get more jobs. And we'll also do a ranking report showing where you rank currently. Analysis of your online directory listings, which we just kind of went over. Your online reviews and reputation is very, very important for getting people to call you over the competitors, right? So you need those Google reviews. As much as you hate to ask for them, they make a humongous difference to getting more leads coming in. Analysis of your social presence, like your Facebook, your Instagram, your LinkedIn, different things like that. And then your website conversion effectiveness. Like, are you asking people to call you on your website? Do you have a call now button? And whenever it squeezes down to a mobile view, if somebody's on their mobile phone, does it have the click to call button functionality on it? If it doesn't, you're missing out on a ton of leads that you otherwise would get. Those visitors are already finding your website, so you might as well have those conversion mechanisms on there. But again, if you want to talk after the webinar, just give me a quick call, 770-637-3707. Or you can schedule, if you'd rather just schedule, treeservicedigital.com/schedule. And we'll be more than happy to go over that with you next week. All right, well, I don't see any further messages in the chat. So if you have any questions, you can simply just shoot me an email back. You can call here, or you can book a 30-minute session on our calendar at treeservicedigital.com/schedule. Hope you got some value out of this. I look forward to putting these on. I love talking about what we do, because it's really fun what we do, helping people generate calls and business in their local market for tree service. All right, have a great weekend. Hope you enjoyed it. Talk to you next time. Thanks a lot.